All right. Apparently I'm just releasing my memory. But hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my love. I can't even talk today. Maybe it's just because of the retrogrades. But welcome and welcome back to my channel, my loves. Excuse me as far as how I'm sounding. I'm sick, so we're gonna just do our best here. But this is gonna be a pick a card, and tonight we're asking, what are you releasing? Okay, so I'm actually just going to do 2 piles. Well, they're asking me to do 3 if I can. All right, let's do 3 piles. Okay, I haven't shuffled the cards yet, so those that are live, you have the opportunity to maybe resonate with this a bit more heavily than those watching this on my YouTube channel when it's already posted. I'm currently recording this on my TikTok live for those watching on YouTube. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's shuffle the cards here. All right. What are you releasing? Spirit, please guide me in this reading for the collective and show me what are they releasing. Spirit, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Let's do pile 1. What is pile 1 releasing, Spirit? What are they releasing or letting go of? Okay. Let's go to pile 2. Pile 2. What are you releasing? Spirit, please show us what pile 2 is releasing. What is pile 2 letting go? Okay, and pile 3. What is pile 3 releasing, Spirit? What is pile 3 releasing? What are they letting go of? Pile 3. Pile 3. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you guys some time. Sorry, it's a little crooked. There we go. Pile 1, 2, and 3. Take some deep breaths. Maybe close your eyes or, concentrate and see which card you feel most drawn to. Okay, I'm going to set these 2 cards aside and let's start with those that chose pile 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this card, you have stubbornness, selfless or selfness, mullish, what does that say? Mullish attitude and arrogance. Interesting. I'm pretty sure this deck was printed in Thailand, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really use selfness as a word. I don't think it's a word. Anyways, I'm not going to get caught up in the details here. Okay, pile 1, what are you releasing? I feel like you're releasing some control. It's really hard for you. I feel like pile 1, you are very sensitive. Maybe sensitive to lights and sounds, but definitely sensitive to criticism. You know, I think it really hits you hard, and maybe your mother or your father has told you you're being too sensitive, pile 1. We just want to let you know what our opinion is. We're just letting you know because we care for you. We just want the best for you. And even though it may be true from their perspective, from yours, it just seems like they're being a little too pushy. It seems like they're not really wanting to listen to you and what you want and what you have to say or who you are. A lot of you guys that pick pile 1 feel very out of place within your own family unit. Okay, perhaps in your work environment as well. Okay, let's dive into some tarot now. Pile 1, what are you releasing? Also, you could really love wearing comfortable clothes. Again, I just feel like you're very sensitive, and so you also may have sensitive skin for that reason. What are they releasing? Okay, we have 8 of Swords in the reverse, the 4 of Swords in the reverse, why? Huh? Sorry about that, guys. Pile 1, what are you releasing? One last card here. Judgment in the challenge position. All right. On the deck, we have the Lovers in the reverse. I also think that what you do need to work on, and for some of you, maybe you've gotten a head start, is people pleasing. Okay, because on one hand, although you are very sensitive, although you try to block out, you know, noise or opinions that don't resonate for you, although you try, you still are triggered by those thoughts and opinions, especially of loved ones. And so you do make the effort to try to meet them maybe halfway. Maybe you even tend to go above and beyond and try to be the best version of yourself for other people. And you try to be the best version of yourself for you. Although, you know, because that's so hard to manage, maybe that's really hard to balance for you at this moment. You end up instead just people pleasing to just keep the peace, also so you don't have to hear it from, you know, family. You don't have to hear that you're not doing what's expected of you, or you're not doing enough, you know. And so what you do need to work on is this tendency to people please. I know it's hard to, you know, not really give too much power to what other people are saying, especially when, you know, they're your family members, and in a lot of ways their validation does mean a whole lot to you, and their validation was a big part of your life for the majority of you. And so it's really hard to all of a sudden say, you know what, your opinion doesn't matter, you know, at least with certain things. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to pull a Lover's Oracle as well. What is Pile 1 releasing? Also, you may have been so frustrated, Pile 1, those who chose Pile 1, and because you're just so overwhelmed by other people's expectations, that some of you, okay, only take this if it resonates, and this is a trigger warning. I'm giving a trigger warning before I announce it. So please exit off if you are easily triggered. Which ironically is Pile 1, right? But some of you have contemplated, you know, unaliving yourself. You know, maybe you've had ideations of unaliving yourself because you just wanted to maybe be someone else. Wish you could be the version of, you know, be the ideal child, you know, that your parents expected you to be. For some of you, you know, let's see, because Pile 1, you definitely suffer from not feeling good enough. What is Pile 1 releasing, Spirit? One last card here. Okay. Only time will tell, and this is the front of the card. And so I kind of get with this that you can't judge yourself based on the current circumstances. You know, don't limit yourself to your personal identity that's tying you down to today, because I feel like today you're still in a negative state of mind and you still feel like you're not good enough, and there's so much that can happen over time between now and, you know, 10 years from now. You may not be the same version of yourself. You may not be in the same circumstances that you're in. Things can change for the better. And I just feel like Pile 1, the way to start changing your reality for the better, so you can start feeling better about who you are, and to be just feel comfortable in your own skin, maybe even to be proud of who you are, hopefully, is, I mean, it sounds silly and it sounds so simple, but you just got to live your life and do you. You got to stop people pleasing. You got to stop allowing other people's perceptions of you hold you back from who you're supposed to be, or who you think you're supposed to be, or who you want to be. Okay. That's what I see for pile 1. All right. Thank you, pile 1. If that resonated, I hope you choose to join the soul fam here and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, or hit the follow if on my TikTok. All right, let's go into pile 2 now. Let me get that card over here. All right. Hi, pile 2. What are you releasing? Or what are you letting go? We have curse, hate, catastrophe, misfortune. Ooh. Pile 2, I really feel like you've been holding yourself back. And I feel like that's because some of you have these bad habits. Some of you, maybe they're self-destructive habits that are not getting you anywhere in life, or they're not at least getting you where you would like to be. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, I feel like for pile 2, some of you may smoke a lot, or no, I'm specifically getting smoking. That is what I'm specifically getting. But also you could partake in other drugs as well. Maybe even, psychedelics. Hopefully not harder drugs, right? Maybe even some drinking here and there. But I'm specifically picking up smoking and psychedelics, okay, for pile 2. And they all have a time and place, right? I get it. We're all trying to experience new things. We're trying to expand our conscious awareness. Sometimes substances can help us see things differently. Sometimes they help calm our nerves, right? And help us get through. Some people out there also have medical issues as well. And so that's just what they've been prescribed. So again, just take what resonates here. But I specifically feel as if these are bad habits. Okay, so maybe you're taking too much of something you're not supposed to. Or maybe, you are medicated, and maybe you have some other bad habits that are not helping your condition or something like this, But I feel like you would like to change the narrative of your life, but are, again, just held back by just your own cycles. You maybe feel as if you're a slave to these substances, right? Some of you that chose pile 2, these are people maybe with some addictions for some of you, or just have a strong dependency on something here. And so I feel like pile 2, What you are letting go of here is, how do I put this? This idea that somehow with this current cycle that you continually find yourself in, that you will still be able to reach those goals, that you will still be able to maybe live a healthy and prosperous life. There's something that doesn't align here. You know, it's almost as if like somebody's making some excuse for not sacrificing or giving up or toning down what they're doing, so they can spend their time doing something more productive. Okay, that's just what I'm seeing here. Okay, don't come for me, I'm just the messenger. Beth, thank you so much, love, for the gifts. If you hold out until the very end, I can pull a few cards for you for the lovely gifts. Okay, but unfortunately, you will have to wait till the end of this pick a card, okay? If you're still in the chat. All right, pile 2, Spirit. What is pile 2 letting go of? What is pile 2 letting go of? Pile 2, you've lost a lot in your life. Maybe you've lost a lot of people along the way. I'm feeling the majority of you, it's people. A lot of people have came and went in your life. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, they're telling me to pull this card and one more. What is pile 2 letting go of, Spirit? Okay, well, might as well leave that in the upright position. Move it up a little bit. There we go. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Tower, and the reverse. Yeah. For some of you, there was this big loss that was pretty recent. Again, I just feel like this pile, a lot of you have suffered multiple losses and have had, you know, maybe many regrets, but maybe there's been a recent event, a recent loss that just really hit you hard, and you're like, I don't know, maybe you never thought you would have lost it, or maybe you just never, well, I think that's it. I just feel like as if you didn't expect maybe to lose it so soon, or maybe some of you didn't expect to lose it at all. But I feel like there's been some kind of tower moment, and that has passed recently. And I'm seeing somebody look out into an ocean and watch a ship sink, you know. Perhaps some of you, it's a dream. It's something that you've always wanted to attain in your life, and maybe time has passed, right? And you feel like you can't go back, you can't undo. Maybe you can't fulfill that goal anymore, maybe for legal reasons, or maybe there's just been too many mistakes made along the way. You know, sometimes you can't go back. You can always, but you just have to redirect yourself. So I'm gonna relight my candle here because it just went out. Four of Pentacles. You may feel a little insecure about having to start over again, especially if you're getting into maybe a career field, or maybe you have a job where there's a lot of younger people, you know, and maybe you're starting over in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, and onwards, you know. I really feel like I am connecting more to a specific age group from 30 to 50. But of course, like, you know, take it how it resonates. That may just be the majority of you that pick this pile today. Maybe even late 20s. Okay, but again, I just feel like this is a redo. This is having to start over to rebuild. Six of Pentacles. Also, you're realizing you have to manage your money better. Maybe you're realizing that money is tight, you know, and you can't be as generous as you would like. Maybe you have people around you that are in a similar circumstance as you, or maybe even in a worse off circumstance, and they're asking for some money or for some help, and you're like, look man, like, I am trying to get myself together. I'm not in the right place to help someone else out at this moment in time. And Queen of Swords, that may come off as a little cold and calculated, but you feel like you got to really look out for yourself right now, because no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to look after you. Is what I'm getting here. Okay. So you, pile 2, are trying to be harder on yourself. Maybe you're trying to be more disciplined. Okay. That's definitely maybe something that you've struggled with in the past, is being disciplined, or just being consistent. Okay, but I feel like you're just done making excuses for yourself. What is pile 2 letting go of? What is pile 2 releasing, Spirit? Okay. We have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And that is the card here. Yeah. I mean, so I feel like the memories are already with you, good and bad. However, you're like, I can't turn back time. You know, those times have passed. I can't do anything about it. So again, you're releasing the past and accepting the fact that it's something that you can't change. You know, especially for those that, you know, have fallen into addictions or unhealthy habits. It's like, well, yeah, that did some damage. Maybe not just to you, but to loved ones as well. Maybe it affected loved ones. Or you know it's taken a toll on the relationships that you've had. And you're like, yeah, they happened, but I can't turn back time. Maybe these people are no longer in your life for that reason. You know? But that is what I have for you, pile 2. If you resonated with that, I hope you choose to either subscribe to my channel or follow me on TikTok. Thank you, pile 2, for watching. And we're going to move on to our last pile. Those who chose card number 3. Okay. Hello to those that chose card 3. What are you releasing? Okay, so we have vow. It says wish, hope, worship. 54 is standing out to me as well. Perhaps you are 54, or maybe you're in your 50s, or maybe, you know, you're kind of, you know, halfway there. You know, you're in the middle of your life kind of thing. And this says vow, wish, hope, worship. I think I just said that. Sorry. I just had a lapse in memory just for a second. And you know, that may be happening for you. Maybe you find that you are repeating yourself. Maybe that you find that you're forgetting things. Partially because you may have a lot of responsibilities on your plate. Maybe you have children. Some of you here may even have grandchildren. You know, some of you are still married. You know, you have other people to look out for aside from yourself. Pile 3, I feel like, for a lot of you. And that could also lead to, you know, lapses in memory at times because you're just carrying so much. You just can't remember all of it all the time, you know. Let's see what else here. So I feel like pile 3, I feel like you are releasing the need to control everything. I feel like that's the wrong word to use because I don't feel like you're controlling. Maybe some of you. But I just feel like it's more of, you feel like as if you're the only adult in the room. You know, you just take it upon yourself to make sure everybody has what they need. Make sure everybody's on schedule. Make sure things are running smoothly. You know, make sure, you know, that birthdays happen. Make sure, you know, there's decorations for parties. You know, like, you take all that upon yourself, pile 3. And I feel like a lot of you are just getting to that point in your life where you're like, why am I running around like a chicken with its head cut off? You know? And maybe it's just because you've been on autopilot. It's just always how you've operated since maybe you've had kids, you know? Or since you stepped into adulthood. Some of you may have just always been like that. That's fine. That's fair. Especially for those people that maybe were traumatized by a parent that was just very irresponsible, you know, and didn't have any control over their life and therefore didn't have any control over their family and, you know, took it upon themselves to make sure... or you took it upon yourself to make sure that you were taken care of and that, you know, people around you that you cared for were taken care of because you just didn't have that growing up. Some of you, right? But for others of you, maybe this just came on during the onset of adulthood. Especially for those that, you know, where this started when you had your first child. And you're realizing now it's time to slow your roll. You know, you don't have to frantically run around anymore. You know, everything's fine. Everything's been running smoothly. Let's pull some tarot. I feel like there's a need to rest. Okay, I'm seeing somebody crawl up this ladder and hop in bed. Pile 3, maybe that's what you need to do. Okay, I feel like you are in need And you have deserved, you know, some much needed R&R, some rest and recovery. Okay. Pile 3, what are you letting go of? 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, work. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Self-love, self-care. Realizing that you need love too. 5 of Wands. In the challenge position. Bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles and the reverse. You just feel like things are never done. Things, you know, there's always some work to do. Of course there is. There's always some work that you need to work on, you know. There's always some kind of unfinished project. But again, I think that's what you're realizing, is that there's always something to work on, that it's going to be there when you get back, you know, that you can always come back and revisit it. It's not going anywhere. You know, no matter how much you do, it doesn't really matter. In some ways it does, right? But I'm just saying, I think you're just realizing that, because I feel like, you know, you're thinking like, as soon as I have everything done, I can relax, and it just never has happened. I feel like, you know, especially with kids, there's just always something. So you're like, I have to learn how to relax when I can. Take a nap when I can, you know. Take like 5 to 10 minutes when I can. Go get my nails done. Go get my hair done when I can. Right? For some of you, your kids have grown, and you're realizing that they don't need much from you anymore. And you're like, yeah, I guess I can step back and focus on something else. But it's hard for you, especially if your kids have recently left the nest, or, you know, they're about to leave the nest, and you're holding yourself back from having to, you know, maybe micromanage them or make sure they have everything they need, food, snacks, whatever. And you're like, wow, they don't need me anymore. You know? But yeah, for those that chose pile 3, I think you're letting go of the need to constantly have to work your ass off, honestly. That it's okay to relax. Let's pull a Lover's card here. Now things are, you know, things can be fine without you. You know, that you can trust maybe other people or your children to help themselves. Okay, what is pile 3 letting go of? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, I feel like this has something to do with your past. Well, obviously it has something to do with your past, right? But I feel like this is more distant. This is the distant past, I feel like, for most of you. Again, I just feel like pile 3, you felt like you were the only responsible person in the room. So, you know, maybe you didn't have much support growing up, you know. Also, maybe your spouse, for some of you, they weren't as hands-on. Maybe they didn't really assist you very much. Some of you, they were absent. While your children were growing up. And maybe there's a need to forgive, to let go, to realize that past doesn't define you. Doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you're a servant, you're a slave that needs to help everyone with everything. So yeah, that's what I have for those who chose pile 3. Okay, thank you, pile 3, if that resonated for you, or you just like this reading. I hope you choose to subscribe to my channel or follow me on TikTok. Oh gosh, my oh my gosh, my cold just feels pretty bad today. I feel very congested, sorry. The Beth, are you still in the room, love? Actually, I think I'm just gonna take a beat here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll try to come back on in a bit. But I just gotta take a break. Alright, bye guys.